We're told to just stop thinking so much, but for many, the mental spiral feels impossible to control. But what if the common advice to fight your thoughts is the one thing guaranteed to make it worse? That's because what feels like a thinking problem is actually a wiring problem in your brain. Every time you overthink, you are physically strengthening the neural pathways that make the habit automatic. Here we'll break down the neuroscience of overthinking and provide a toolkit to rewire your brain to stop. First, let's be clear. Overanalyzing is not productive problem solving. Critical thinking seeks solutions. Overthinking gets stuck on the problem. Neurologically, this pattern is often driven by your brain's default mode network, or DMN. Think of it as your brain's idle mode. In overthinkers, this network is hyperactive. Instead of quiet reflection, it becomes a loud, repeating loop of self-referential worries. This is where neurons that fire together, wire together, becomes a trap. An overactive DMN constantly exercises your worry circuits, making them stronger. But this isn't just a thinking pattern, it's an emotional one. This mental habit has a powerful partner, your brain's fear center. So why does it feel so bad? Why does a simple thought spiral into genuine anxiety? It's because overthinking triggers a biological alarm. When you ruminate on worst-case scenarios, your brain can't tell the difference between a real threat and an imagined one. It activates the amygdala. This alarm floods your system with stress hormones like cortisol, creating the physical sensations of anxiety. Rapid heart rate and a tight chest. Here's the trap. Your brain feels this physical anxiety and interprets it as proof that the worries are real, which justifies more overthinking. This is why it's a nervous system problem. Your brain is trying to think its way out of a problem that your body is physically experiencing. So you have an overactive DMN creating thought loops and an overactive amygdala providing anxious fuel. It's a perfect storm for chronic analysis. If our own brain wiring creates this trap, can we use that same wiring to escape? Can you intentionally deactivate the very network causing the problem? In the real world, this neurological loop leads to decision paralysis. You're so busy weighing every outcome that you never make a choice. It creates a cognitive bias where the fear of making a mistake feels far more painful than the potential reward of a correct decision. And it is not a sign of high intelligence. It actually hinders effective problem solving by getting stuck in loops instead of moving towards solutions. Recognize these patterns? The good news is you can break them. The process of rewiring your brain starts with a simple shift in approach. Recall how trying to suppress thoughts makes them stronger? The first step in rewiring is to do the opposite. Acknowledge the thought without judgment. And to answer our earlier question, yes, you can deactivate the DMN. The trick is to engage your brain in a focused, external task. This could be a complex puzzle, playing an instrument, or reading a book. The goal is a flow state, the neurological opposite of rumination. But what if you can't get into a flow state? This is where proven therapeutic techniques come in. Let's build your practical toolkit for rewiring. We've established it's a brain habit and a nervous system problem. Therefore, the most effective solution has two parts: calm the body and redirect the mind. To calm the body, use somatic grounding. Try the 5 to 4 3 2 1 method. Name 5 things you see, 4 you feel, 3 you hear. This is a direct interrupt for the anxiety loop. To redirect the mind, use techniques from cognitive behavioral therapy. The goal is to challenge and reframe the irrational thoughts, not just let them run wild. A powerful CBT tool is worry time. Schedule a 15-minute slot each day for worrying. If a worry appears outside that time, tell it you'll deal with it later. So the strategy is simple but powerful. When you start to spiral, first ground your body, then redirect your mind. This breaks the feedback loop from both ends. Overthinking is not a permanent personality trait. It is a learned mental habit. And like any habit, it can be unlearned and replaced. This process takes time and isn't about perfection. Practicing self-compassion, especially when dwelling on past mistakes, is a vital part of breaking the cycle. By training your brain, you're not just reducing anxiety. You are reclaiming cognitive energy and improving your decision-making. Start small. Pick one technique, grounding or scheduling worry time, and try it the next time you feel the spiral begin. Your brain is ready for a new way. The goal isn't an empty mind. The goal is to prove to yourself that you are in control of your mind, not the other way around.